Have you ever worked for a micromanager? Have you ever worked with a micromanager? Or worse yet, this is a tough question, have you ever been a micromanager? I can honestly answer yes to all of those questions. Micromanaging is a behavior that I had to train myself out of. I learned really quickly that pretty much every behavior either attracts trust or it repels trust. And micromanaging, that is death by 1,000 paper cuts. We can definitely, wrap it up in good intentions and disguise it as things like being invested or caring deeply or, really wanting to stay informed. But the bottom line is that we're repelling trust when we micromanage people's behaviors. So, what I learned is that micromanaging, and that means things like reactive managing too. And by reactive managing, I mean like you have a situation where one employee dresses sloppy. So instead of having a really difficult conversation, an uncomfortable conversation with that employee, you instead draft up a memo or a policy and send it all out to all 50 employees. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of making those reactive managing mistakes, but I've learned from them. And I will say that if you can avoid that reactive managing, if you can make a commitment to avoid micromanaging, you're making an investment in people. And people will not remember the memo. They will not care deeply about some policy that you drafted and put in the handbook. But those difficult conversations, those one-on-one conversations, those investments in the relationship where you say, I trust you to make the right decision here, people will remember that. They'll remember you, and that's where the magic happens.